Welcome to another show, Fateful Events That Changed the Future, where we bring historical photographs to life. Please like and comment, let us know which photo you like best, what events you are interested in, what you would like to see on our channel. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and click on the bell to be guaranteed to receive notifications when a new video is published. Thank you for watching. The 19th century was a golden age for steam engines. Invented in the 18th century, steam engines continued to evolve, and by the mid-19th century, they were used almost everywhere. Factories, mills, and more. In 1804, Richard Trevithick, an Englishman, installed a steam engine on wheels. The wheels were supported by metal rails. This became the first steam locomotive. Of course, it was very primitive and was used as a toy. The power of the steam engine was enough only to move the locomotive itself and a small cart with passengers. There was no talk of practical use for this design. But a more powerful steam engine could be installed. Then the locomotive could carry more cargo. Of course, iron was expensive, and creating a railway would cost a fortune. But the owners of coal mines and mines knew how to count money. And from the mid-1830s, the first steam locomotives went along the plains of the metropolis, hissing steam and scaring horses and cows. These clumsy structures allowed a sharp increase in freight turnover. From the mine to the port, from the port to the steel mill. It became possible to produce more iron and create more machines. Thus, the steam locomotive dragged technical progress forward. And the first steamship, ready for practical use rather than being just another toy, paddled along the Hudson River in 1807. Its inventor, Robert Fulton, installed a steam engine on a small riverboat. The engine's power was small, but the steamship could reach up to 5 knots per hour without the help of wind. The steamship was for passengers, but at first, few dared to set foot on such an unusual contraption. But gradually, things improved. After all, steamships were less dependent on the whims of nature. In 1819, the Savannah, a ship with both sails and an auxiliary steam engine, crossed the Atlantic Ocean for the first time. Most of the way, sailors used favorable winds, and they used the steam engine during calm weather. And 19 years later, the steamship Sirius made the crossing of the Atlantic using only steam. In 1838, Francis Smith, an Englishman, replaced the cumbersome paddle wheels with a propeller, which was much smaller in size and allowed the ship to reach higher speeds. With the introduction of propeller steamships, the era of beautiful sailing ships came to an end. In the 19th century, experiments with electricity led to the creation of many devices and mechanisms. Scientists and inventors, conducting experiments, derived fundamental formulas and concepts that are still used in our 21st century. In 1800, the Italian inventor Alessandro Volta assembled the first galvanic cell, a precursor to the modern battery. A disc made of copper, then a cloth soaked in acid, and then a piece of zinc. Such a sandwich creates an electrical voltage. And if these elements are connected together, a battery is obtained. Its voltage and power depend directly on the number of galvanic cells. In 1802, the Russian scientist Vasily Petrov constructed a battery from several thousand cells and obtained the voltaic arc, a prototype of modern welding and a source of light. In 1831, Michael Faraday invented the first electric generator that can convert mechanical energy into electricity. Now there was no need to burn oneself with acid and gather countless metal cups together. Based on this generator, Faraday created an electric motor. While these are still demonstration models that visually demonstrate the laws of electromagnetic induction. In 1834, the Russian scientist B.S. Jacobi constructed the first electric motor with a rotating armature. This motor could already find practical application. A boat propelled by this electric motor traveled against the current on the Neva River, carrying 14 passengers. Starting from the 1840s, experiments were conducted to create incandescent lamps. Current passed through a thin metal wire heats it up to a bright glow. Unfortunately, the metal filament burns out very quickly, and inventors struggled to increase the lifespan of the light bulb. various metals and materials were used. Finally, in the 1890s, Russian scientist Alexander Nikolaevich Lodygin introduced the electric light bulb that we are familiar with. It is a glass bulb from which air is pumped out, and a filament made of refractory tungsten is used as the incandescent wire. The progress achieved in the 19th century had tremendous significance for all fields of science and technology. All these discoveries and achievements had a significant impact on the development of society and technological progress. We will continue to talk about other discoveries of the 19th century in our upcoming videos. Subscribe to not miss anything.